Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are going to do a tier list for the new All-Star Master Set players for Week 1. We're going to talk about the ones that I was able to use and how they stack up to other cards at the same position. I'm going to give you guys context as to what ones I would go after if you had certain players or if you didn't have certain other players, and just talk about their worth. I do need to mention that these are going for about 250,000 coins to make them straight from scratch. If you get each collectible at 5,000 coins per, which is the absolute cheapest that I've seen them. So you're looking at probably about 275,000 all in to make one of these. So it is getting a little bit more expensive. All right, let's get into it. All right, first up in the B tier is the 92 Blair Turnbull, 5'7", 152, so a little bit smaller in stature. She's got workhorse and spark as well as a skating synergy, which makes her one of the better skaters. 95 speed, 93 acceleration, and 95 agility. She's also got a slew of great abilities. Gold, unstoppable force, no contest, elite edges, and close quarters are all fantastic abilities. She's got 99 accuracy on the shot, but only 90 on the power. Body checking gets up to max, can play center with 93 on the draw and 94 defensive awareness. Looks like a very good card in comparison to someone like Marie-Philippe Poulin. If you are interested in using some of the female cards, this is probably one of the better ones. You can use her as a right-handed winger or as a centerman, but in terms of cost, it's going to cost you about 260 to 70,000 coins to make her. That's awfully tough to invest in when she still does get knocked off the puck pretty regularly. I've played against someone that had her, and you still notice it, and there's not really much we can do. Even with unstoppable force, it helps, but until EA figures out a way to not make that happen so easily as we progress through the game, it's going to be tougher for some of the smaller cards. All right, next up, we've got Joe Sakic. Full disclosure, I have not used Joe Sakic cards, so I'm just taking my community's word on this one, the people that have used Joe Sakic. He's got Booming Shot and Bombarded and Thief and Gladiator. I would go Thief as well as Booming Shot if you could. Here's the issue with Joe Sakic. All right, he's a pretty good skater. It's one of the more odd ones because he's got 91 speed, but 94 acceleration. Usually they're much closer. 99 agility is great. Here's the issue with Joe Sakic. 86 balance, 86 endurance, 79 body checking, and he's only 5'11". So there's a lot of things going on that make him kind of a liability defensively. And offensively, he's not nearly as fast as some of the other cards that are around his height and weight. Now, that is not the end-all be-all, as gold elite edges is fantastic, but it is 8 ability points. So if he is not going to play on your first or second line, you're not going to activate elite edges. Same thing with your centerman. If you've got Jay Beagle, if you've got Austin Matthews, or if you've got Ryan Johansen from this event, you are not going to play him at center, so quick draw is kind of pointless as well. And make it snappy and snipe, there's really no way to quantify those. So that is why I have him in the B tier. I'm not saying he is a bad card at all. His wrist shot is perfect, so if you have mastered the goal line snipe, things like that, you can really pick a goalie apart in this game with his wrist shot. It's just there for 280,000 coins or 270,000 coins, it's tough to justify that when the cards have clear liabilities, and Joe Sakic's got some that are tough to overlook. All right, next up is the 92 Wayne Simmonds. I feel like I'm going to take some heat here, but I don't care. I want to remain true to my opinion on in-game, and if you have a different experience with these cards, that is completely okay. All right, here is my experience with this Wayne Simmonds card, because he looked like he'd be a lot of fun. He's 6'2", he's got gold close quarters, which is phenomenal. Truculence is one of the best in the game, and then obviously you guys know I love Big Tipper and Total Eclipse because I love tipping the puck so much. However, trying to get a certain card in position to tip a puck is not easy. It is not something that can regularly be done. If you're honestly going to go all in on trying to have a line to tip pucks, it's better to have all of them have Big Tipper than rather just one, because more often than not, you're not going to be able to get that card in position to actually get the tip off. What I noticed with Wayne Simmonds was that with close quarters, I was able to pick the far side very easily, and in and around the net, it was very, very impactful. He was a great goal scorer for me. In 7 games of Hut Champs, I scored 4 goals with him. Truculence, as well, was very noticeable. Defensively, it was really, really fun using Wayne Simmonds. Here is the thing. I don't know why, and I don't know how, but 97 strength, 96 balance, he got knocked off the puck as if he was a Mitch Marner or Elias Pettersson card. At 6'2", height is more important than weight in this game. However, because he's only 184, he just got thrown around, and it might be because we're at a stage of the game where a lot of people have truculence, a lot of people are starting to use the bigger players, but I got bumped off the puck so much when I was trying to hold on to it with Wayne Simmonds, and it just became very, very frustrating. Like I said, he's got a great shot, and defensively, he's really fun, but I think there are better right-handed wingers. Honestly, I still like the spreadsheet Matthew Barzal slightly more than this Wayne Simmonds card, and Jack Eichel from the Nations of Hockey event I would still have over this this one. Fun card. I don't think he's worth 270,000 coins. Next up in the A tier, the 92 Ryan Johansen. 6'3", 218, the exact same build essentially as Jay Beagle. And as you guys know, Jay Beagle is one of the best cards in the game, even without the actual card art, which sucks. But nonetheless, 91 speed, 92 acceleration, I would go workhorse because it gets his strength up as well as his balance to almost max. And as someone who's 218 pounds and 6'3", he did not lose the puck. His other three abilities I think are just awful. I wouldn't really activate any of them, but for the test, I had them on. Unstoppable Force is very noticeable. I think it's better than Quick Draw, what Beagle has, and why I'm doing a comparison to him because they're very similar. However, I didn't notice his shot, his speed, his skating, anything else like I did with Jay Beagle. So if you already have Beagle on your team, and let's say you have Austin Matthews, or maybe you have another centerman like Tim Stützle, you've got a very good team, all right? You've got two stacked centermen. I would not make Ryan Johansen. Jay Beagle is better in my opinion, and again, if you're going to spend 8 ability points, this card has to be high in your lineup to justify that. He does not get knocked off the puck, guys. So again, I know it sounds like I'm bashing all of these and they're all terrible. That is not the case. He does not lose the puck at all. I just found that Beagle was better. So for anyone that does not have Jay Beagle, I think this is a 100% make because he is a very, very, very good centerman. Okay, and then up last, we've got the 92 Nick Lidstrom. Now, I've got to justify my tier list here and explain, I guess, kind of do like a reset and a calibration on it. If we're going to put something in the S tier, which is the ultimate level that you can do on a tier list, all right? In my opinion, an S tier is a must make. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I don't think there are any must makes from this first week of release. All right. However, I will say Nick Lidstrom is the best card that I've used out of these, and I was only able to use the 96 overall version on my no money spent team. Spoiler alert, I go with Nick Lidstrom on my no money spent team. This card is phenomenal. I think, 92 speed, 94 acceleration at the high end. He gets like the lamp, so his wrist shot's a little bit better, and a wrist shot is impactful for defensemen in this game because, again, I think it's better than taking a slap shot just from a tip standpoint. Quick pick is great, especially the silver version. That is an animation kind of ability. It makes them move their skates and stick to actually intercept the puck. Stick 'em up is great as well. It's hit or miss, but it is impactful. I've loved Seeing Eye. And elite edges on a defenseman, unless you're Cale Makar, I probably wouldn't use it. If he had gold stick 'em up, or he had truculence instead of quick pick or Seeing Eye, I think that would put him in the S tier. Truculence is very, very impactful, especially for defensemen, guys. And the advantage you get with that allows you to stop the guys using behind the net. It's an unfortunate situation that we have in our game this year. The behind the net stuff is not going anywhere. And one of the only ways to actually counter it is with truculence because it actually knocks these guys off the puck that even have unstoppable force. So if you're using a defenseman without it, he has to be elite everywhere else, and he is. This is a very good card. I loved using the 86 overall version. He was far and away the most noticeable card, even more than Johansen and Simmonds, who I had all the way upgraded to 92. So if you are going to make one, and in a vacuum, let's say, team context is complete at the window, I would make Nick Lidstrom. In all honesty, I would save all of your resources and see what comes in week 2 because I don't think any of these are must make, especially if you have a God squad like I do on my PlayStation team. Nick Lidstrom, it's going to be hard to justify Lidstrom over some of the other cards. So we'll go and take a look at my team because I think there are some people out there that have got this kind of situation and you're trying to find out where they would fit in. If you've got Cam Fowler, he's, in my opinion, outside of Darlene, is one of the best left-handed defensemen in the game. I've loved his card. If you've got Gardner and you've got Team of the Year Yossi, like, even if Lidstrom, in my opinion, is better than one of these two, you're sending one of these two to your third line. And that's awfully tough to waste that much coin and investment on a third pairing defenseman. I hope that makes sense to you guys. The rest of the lineup, again, I've got Stützle, Beagle, and Matthews. Johansen's not going to go anywhere above them. He just won't. And then for Wayne Simmonds, he's ahead of Danny Briere, but that's it. Like, you know what I mean? He's not going to play ahead of McKinnon. That's why I don't think any of these are S tier. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below, guys. I love hearing your opinions. Again, I don't think what I say is completely right because there is a certain way that people play. Not everyone plays like I do, and they're going to have better experiences or different experiences with each of these cards. But you guys want to know my opinion, and that was it. So, guys, thank you again for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.